Hello, hi. Well, welcome to our class for today. This is a physics video tutorial powered by Novel My Science Tutors Online. I remain Eltubo Michael. So for our class this day, we are going to look at how to determine the actual reading of a micrometer screw gauge when it has zero error. Remember in our lecture or in our class in vernier scale, we also discussed that too. So that is also what we're going to consider for micrometer screw gauge. So I want you to get your writing materials, as I've always said, so that you can take down your notes and then follow through as we go along with this class. So before we go on, please, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe. Click on the notification button so that when we upload a new video, YouTube will notify you. Also, please put down your comment down below. I will also plead with you to give us a thumbs up to encourage us. As I've said, this is a classroom out of your normal Brinker 1 class. So I want you to encourage us, and you can also invite your friends to this channel. There's a whole lot for you to benefit from. So we'll go into our class this day, and as I've said, we are considering determination of actual micrometer screw gauge reading when there is a zero error. So let's go to our class. Alright, so if you have a micrometer screw gauge that has zero error, how do you find the actual reading on the scale? Just like we did when we studied vernier caliper, the formula remains the same. For you to get the actual reading of a micrometer screw gauge that has a zero error, you will use this formula. This is the formula that we use. The actual reading is you find the main scale reading, which we have done in our previous class. You also add it to the vernier scale reading. Then depending on whether your zero error is positive or negative, you subtract it from the main scale reading. That will give you the actual reading of your micrometer screw gauge. So please, you can review the class on how to determine zero error micrometer screw gauge and how to also determine the main scale reading. Once you have been able to understand that, to calculate the actual reading when there is a zero error becomes very easy for you. So right away, we are going to look at some examples to drive home this simple formula of finding the actual reading of a micrometer screw gauge when there is a zero error. Remember that the accuracy of a micrometer screw gauge is 0.01 millimeters. So the question is, the following micrometer screw gauges have zero errors as indicated in each case. Determine the actual reading from each gauge. Okay, so this is our first gauge, and the zero error has been given to you to be plus 0.23 millimeter. So the question is, what is the actual reading? So what you do first of all here is that you first of all take the actual reading. You know that the actual reading of this micrometer screw gauge is the main scale reading plus the vernier reading. And don't forget that your vernier reading, you have to multiply it by the accuracy of the micrometer screw gauge, which is 0.01 millimeters. So for this particular one, the main scale reading is, this is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is the 15th mark. So the main scale reading is 15. So you put that down. That is the main scale reading for that one is 15.00. Now you come to the vernier. You look at the scale reading on the vernier that corresponds with the line on the main scale reading. So here you have This is 10, this is 11, 12, 13, 14. That is 14. So you multiply that 14 by the accuracy of the micrometer screw gauge, 0.01 millimeters. So you do that, you have 14 multiplied by 0.01 millimeters, and that gives you 0.14 millimeters. Okay, so having gotten this, you add this to what you had before. You add this to what you had before. You add this one to this. So you have 15.00 plus 0.14. So that gives you 15.14 millimeters. Okay, so this is the reading of this micrometer screw gauge. This is the reading. Now for you to find the actual reading, look at it. The actual reading here, the zero error here is plus. So minus plus is minus, which means that you are going to subtract this zero error from this reading to get the actual reading of this micrometer screw gauge. So do that. You have minus 0.23. So if you do that subtraction, you're going to have 14.91. Right, so that gives you 14.91 millimeters. So this is the actual reading of this micrometer screw gauge. This is the actual reading. So that is exactly what we did when we discussed vernier caliper. There's no difference between the two. Once you can get your main reading and your vernier scale reading, if your zero error is positive, you minus. But if it is negative, negative is plus, so you add if it is negative. So that is how to calculate actual reading when you have a zero error. So for this particular case, this is the actual reading for this particular micrometer reading. We'll take another example. Okay, so this is another one. In this case, let's take the main reading. The main reading here, this is 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is 3.5. Look at it. Once your reading is more than this down marking on the main sleeve, there's a 0.5 that you have to add to the main reading. So look at it. This reading here is more than this marking under the main scale reading. So this is 1, 2, 3. This is 3.5. Okay, so that gives you 3.50. Now you come to the vernier scale. The vernier is giving you 30 here, right? So you multiply this 30 by the accuracy, which is 0.01. Okay, so there you have 30 and 0.01 millimeters, and that gives you 0.30 millimeters. Okay, so you will now add this to this, add them together to give you your reading of the scale. So that is 3.50 plus 0.30. Okay, when you add that, you have this 3.80 millimeters. Alright, so this is the reading of this scale. This is the reading Now for you to get the actual reading, this is the main scale reading. For you to get the actual reading, because it has this zero error, this zero error here is negative. And because it is negative, you are going to do what? You are going to add it, because minus minus is what? Is positive. So you are going to add this 0 minus 0.47. You are going to add it to 3.80. Okay, so you have 3.80 millimeters plus 0.47 millimeters. Alright, so that gives you, this is 7, and this is 2, and this is 4. So you have 4.27 millimeters. So this 4.27 millimeters, this will now give you the actual reading of this micrometer screw gauge. This is the actual reading for this micrometer screw gauge, 4.27 millimeters. So basically, that is how to calculate the actual reading for a micrometer screw gauge when it has a zero error. Okay, I think we still have one more example to see drive home these points. Fine, this is another example. This is another example that we also use to drive home our points. Look at the main scale. This is 10, 11, 12. The 12 mark is showing, so this is 12. So put down your 12, that is 12.0. You come down to your vernier scale. This is 15, 16, 17, 18. So multiply the 18 by the accuracy. That gives you 18 multiplied by 0.01 millimeters. This gives you 0.18 millimeters. Right? Now, what you need to do is to add this. You have to add this 0.18 to this main reading on the vernier, on the micrometer screw gauge. So when you do that addition, 12.0 plus 0.18. Okay, so that gives you 12.18 millimeters. So this is the reading of this micrometer screw gauge. Now you have to calculate the zero error. Because it has a zero error of a negative sign, you are going to add. So you are going to add 0.21 to 12.18. Okay, so 12.18. Sorry about that. We have 0.21. Okay, so you do the addition. I'm gonna have 12.39. Don't forget your units, millimeters. Okay, so this will be your actual reading of this particular micrometer screw gauge. This will be the actual reading. This one, 12.39, will be the actual reading. So, gents, that is how to determine the actual reading of a micrometer screw gauge when it has a zero error. Please check your past question papers. You will see questions like this, either in JAM, WAEC, NECO, GC. There are questions like this. You need to try your hands on them so that you get thoroughly grounded on it, because it will not be nice for you to see a question on maybe vernier scale or micrometer screw gauge scale and you are unable to solve it. So I think we've almost covered the class for this measurement of in using vernier scale and micrometer screw gauge. So we'll go straight now to your test page. Alright, so this is test your understanding. Please try your hands on this, solve them. Put your answers on the comment section below. I will look at all your comments and all your answers, and I will also give you a reply. So guys, this is where we're ending our class today. Please click on the notification button, subscribe to this channel, and when you click on the notification button, YouTube will notify you whenever we upload a new video. We are taking this class gradually because we want to cover the complete physics curriculum right from SS1 to SS3. So we are not rushing it, but gradually we'll know that we're going to cover the class. So encourage us, give us a thumbs up so that we'll continue to upload more videos. You can also invite your friends to come and join this channel so that they will also enjoy what you are enjoying. So thank you so much. So if you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe, click on the notification button, and so that whenever we upload a new video, YouTube will notify you that a new video has been uploaded. And also give us a thumbs up, and also put your comment on the comment section below. Put your comments on the comment section below. So this is where we are ending our class today. Thank you so much for your time, and then we'll see you in the next class.